Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of 3 Strixhaven draft. And what do we have here that's exciting? Well, nothing that's like mind-blowing. Our rare is Cody, which isn't that good. Kind of a sad, really sad looking rare actually. We're probably looking at Wrangler because it's monocolor. Leyline Invocation, Practical Research is strong. It's probably just a preference pick, and based on my preferences in this format. There's also Decisive Denial. Yeah, it could be this, actually. But it's a gold card right away. It is removal, however. It's good removal, though. Deals with everything. Alright, I'll take Decisive Denial. I like that it is both a removal and a counter spell. That's pretty versatile. It is a first pick gold card, which can be a mistake, but otherwise it was going to be rare. Oh, and then we're immediately rewarded with Manifestation Sage. Well, that's cool. So we'll take that. And, yeah, other good cards in here. I love Umbral Juke. Dina's good. Summoning, good lesson. Spiteful Squad. Onslaught. A bunch of good cards in here, but I haven't gotten to play with the Manifestation Sage yet, so we'll take that. Alright, pick 3. We can take the Needlethorn Drake. Continue down the Simic path here. Whatever the clan's called. Blue-green. A lot of red cards in here. Closing Statement is strong. I love the Dust Speaker. Rise of Exodus is good removal, but let's take the Drake. Rocking just gold card deck here. Alright, the pick here can be Cultivate, which is good. It ramps, puts more cards in your hand, it's cool. Or we can take the Pest Summoning, which is a lesson. Cultivate might be better for stuff like Manifestation Sage, because that actually puts a card in your hand too. Or we could take Pop Quiz. I mean, there's a lot of good options here. Campus Guide. I think we might just take the Cultivate. Can't decide what I like more. I mean, currently we don't need to ramp, but we might, I don't know. Or Field Trip maybe is better. Actually, Field Trip might be better than Cultivate even. In which case, do I just take... I don't know. I'm going to try out Field Trip. I think the Learn might actually be better than just getting an extra land in your hand. Especially if we get like a Pest Summoning here, but actually I think we're taking the Trickster. More flying, that also locks something down. Test of Talents, probably a good sideboard card. Aerialist is definitely playable, but we'll take the Trickster. So we can take another Drake. Yeah. Kind of digging gold card deck here. So here we can take like an Adept. There's Campus Guide too, which you can find lands. But Adept, Looter might be good if we end up with a lot of extra lands. Alright, here we can just take the Helix, get more gold. This one's pretty good too. We can get stuff like Manifestation Sage back later, or just flying stuff back. I mean, it's a useful card. I like Snow Day too, actually. But, and even Bayou Groff would be playable here, but let's take the Helix. Helix is probably even better in this format, just because a lot of the win cons for decks are big fractal tokens. So, bouncing that and getting a permanent back is actually really strong. Alright, we can take Invocation now and be pretty happy about it. This is the fractal archetype, so if we can get some biomathematicians, we can do something pretty strong here. So we could take the Witherbloom Campus to like splash, but I don't know. I'm okay with Amplimancer. Allows you to use your extra mana. Playable 2-drop. Alright, well, Resculpt is playable. We don't have a lot of removal, and it's a way to do it in response to their removal to get a 4/4, which isn't bad. Don't need any of this, so I guess we'll take this. Tangle Trap is a good sideboard card. We don't want to play the Spined Carrick anyway, so that's fine. Neither of these cards matter. And last pick on color, but we don't want it. So Can take the Fractal Summoning here. I think that's a fine first pick. Something to find off a Field Trip. These two cards work really well together. And it's a Fractal for hopefully some biomathematicians we find along the way. Biblioplex Assistant is good with the invocation. I just love this card. It's kind of my pet card in the format, but I'll take the Summoning. I think it's a good idea to get a lesson going. Dark Ritual. Nothing really good for us here. Probably take the Burying Books. Could take another lesson, I guess, too. Especially since we don't have much removal. But Burying Books is kind of removal, so we can take it. Big Play is okay, too. I actually kind of like that card. But Burying Books, yet another card that deals with big tokens, so that's nice. Alright, here I think we're just slamming a Professor of Zoomancy. This card is super strong and well worth the 4 mana cost. Passing a Campus, Quandrix Campus, and Containment Breach, which would probably be a fine sideboard card to have too, to be able to dig up, but I'm happy with that. Wait, what's this do? 4 mana, 2/2 ward, exile an instant or sorcery, put a number of to half that card's mana value. That's pretty insane with Leyline Invocation. I think we'll try this. There's nothing we're giving up for it, really. I guess Golden Ratio. We've got 1, 2, and 4. I mean, we probably could make use of that, but this is kind of a cool rare. Maybe we find some way to splash Flamethrower Sonata in a pinch, too, but I'll take this. It's an interesting card. If we get more, like, invocations, I could see it being good. Or even the Burying Books. It's good with Burying Books. Could take Opt here too, but we're so removal light, I think we actually kind of need stuff like Burying Books. Eureka Moment's probably playable, but I'm going to take removal. Honor Troll for life gain? No, I think we take Invocation number 2. Now we're kind of cooking. Now we're cooking. Well, I actually really like Wrangler. I think it's a good card. And I'll take it over Planning and Reject. I'm okay with that. Well, Campus Guide is starting to look better now because our curve's getting a little bit higher, and we really only have the Field Trip to ramp currently, so Big Play is playable. We could take Test of Talents for sideboard. Certainly good against certain cards. I kind of like Big Play, though. I think it's a good chance it makes the main deck, to be honest. Just because we have enough cheap things. It's pretty awesome with the Implementor, actually, but it's a cheap trick. It gives reach, too. I like it. Resculpt's probably a better sideboard card. Big Play, probably a better main deck card. I guess we take a charge through. We're not going to play to cut green. So we could take the Golden Ratio, but I'm more on board with Pop Quiz, just because we have Fractal Summoning to find. Plus, we could find another lesson along the way. Golden Ratio seems fine. I mean, it's probably a divination in here a lot of the time, and potentially better, but I think just learn in general is better than drawing random cards. So we'll take Reject. I don't think I'd like to play it, but Snakeskin Veil's actually kind of good. I don't know if this is the right deck for it necessarily, but it's a good card. So we can take another Trickster. Yeah, I'm kind of on board with that. Flyer taps things down. Pretty good. Otherwise, we could take the Intro to Annihilation as like a catch-all lesson to find. Well, Cultivator's pretty sweet. Mage Duel, though, oh, man, that's tough. And Trickster in here. This pack kind of has everything. I think we'll take the Mage Duel. When in doubt, take removal. And we're just so removal light. Like, we basically just have a Decisive Denial and then some combat tricks. I think we need the Mage Duel. Alright, we'll just take another Mage Duel here over the Trickster. It's okay, we're probably, well, yeah, this is a creature, so it's like 13. There's probably some more in here somewhere that we can find. You can kind of count our learn cards as creatures because they find fractal summoning. So we can take another Needlethorn Drake, we could take a Snow Day, we could take Teachings that I don't think is a very good card. We could take another Invocation. Third Invocation might be getting, is it getting excessive though? Probably not actually, I think it's really good. It's another 6-drop, but it's not like we're not staying busy early. I don't know. I think it's a strong card. Channel. Maybe 4 invocations is too much, though. Wormhole Serpent actually looks good here because it blocks and then it just makes our invocations be able to win the game in like 2 turns. Kind of like that. Kind of a miss here. Probably take the Subtraction, although now we have all the learn cards and only 1 lesson. Is that right? Oh, geez. Well, that's not as good. Don't need any of this. I guess I'll take a Tangle Trap for more sideboard. Probably not playing a counter spell. So could take another Drake. I think I'm on board with that. We have enough in-game stuff to win, and these just can buy us time early. Don't need any of these. I think I'll just take 20 gems. Unless I'm doing square up out of sideboard. Probably not. I guess we can just take another rare, because I already have a Tangle Trap. 10th pick Trickster, huh? Wow. It's pretty nuts. Another Wrangler. Kind of like Wrangler. Otherwise, I could take the Campus, help the mana base. Or I'm going to take the Wrangler. This card is good. It does pretty scary things sometimes. I think we do the field trip instead of the pop quiz. We probably don't need both. Team Pennant actually... surprisingly playable in here, but I don't know what's happening. This deck looks good. Oh, we get Test of Talents for sideboard too. That's cool. Second to last pick, Pigment Storm. Well, I like it more than that. So, probably don't need multiple learn cards. Color-wise, more green than blue. No double, well, no, that's not true. We have double blue. Probably still end up doing the extra green. Probably. And we have to find a lot of cuts here, is that right? 7 cuts. And 3 of them can be creatures. I guess that's nice. Like Implementor, not bad, but could see cutting the Adept instead, to be honest. Definitely keeping Campus Guide. I think we can cut the Pop Quiz. I'd rather do Field Trip here for the ramp. Honestly, I could see maybe cutting both of these. I could cut Adept and Implementor. Brings me to 16 creatures, so I could still cut 1 more. Got a lot of 5-drops here. I think Team Pennant can go. It's cute, but not what we're looking for. I might cut... Maybe I cut the big plays. I kind of like them, but I need to figure out cuts. I might end up cutting the Snakeskin Veil, too. As much as I like it, I think I just don't have space for it. And Burying Books actually looks good here as a 3-mana removal for attacker. I like this deck a lot. I think this deck looks good. Yeah. Might be an argument to do the extra blue now. I mean, we need both, but we only have one double blue spell. So maybe the blue is better, because the colored symbols are actually pretty close. I like to use a different land so I could know that it could have been a forest. Let's make sure I didn't set aside any dual lands I forgot to bring in or anything. No. All right. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a very solid deck. So we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. This is a good looking hand here. Manifestation Sage is a good one. And Field Trip even lets us go Field Trip into Sage, which is pretty nice. All right. So turn 4 Sage is going to give us a 7/7. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Let's do a attack for 7 here, and then we'll do a Leyline Invocation. And next turn for 7 mana, we can do Sculptor. Oh, that's cool. So we can do Sculptor. I think we can attack here first. This actually threatens lethal, which is pretty nuts. So can actually Burying Books the... What's all blocking this? So these 3. So I can put the Reckless... I can bury the Reckless Amplimancer. They're not really interested, so that's fine. So they're playing Simic as well, but more of a aggressive looking one. Burying Books looks at least good against like Dragon's Guard Elite and resetting Pledge Mages and dealing with tokens, so they at least could look good in this match. But we didn't see any targeted removal. Not to say they don't have it, but so just run it back for now. Yeah, I don't like no blue with all blue spells. It's not feeling that. All right, so this could have been a green mana, so I guess I'm happier it's a blue now. That's good. So I guess technically I could actually find the land off Campus Guide, because with Field Trip, yeah, you know what? It gets us to 6, so kind of okay with it. It just basically is a way to guarantee that we can cast invocations on schedule. So I could do summoning for 3, and if they cast that, I can double block, but I lose both my guys. Probably okay with taking one more hit, honestly. And just going invocation into summoning, maybe. Trickster's pretty good too, but let's do invocation for now. So go to 4. Torrent Sculptor is a pretty slick one, especially right at 7 mana. So get you do this. Exile invocation. Trickster. On this. All right, doing pop quiz here. Sure. We'll just get an 8/8 down. Oh, we destroy them with this attack. We got a lot of lessons. Guess we sandbag lands for now. I probably wouldn't have used it there if I were them. That worked pretty well for him. Nice. Alright. Alright, we'll go to game 3. I think we should easily win this match. It feels like a very, very easily winnable match. Could do Test of Talents. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of targets. It's just a lot of what they get is off of learn cards. But I guess you can counter the learn card. That's true. I kind of like everything we have in here, to be honest. There's nothing in this deck that I dislike right now in this matchup, so I think I'll just run it back. A little bit slow, but we'll keep it. Hmm. Probably denial of field trip if they cast it. Yeah, I think it's probably worth it. They don't get to learn off of it either. And then I can bury in books something, and then Torrent Sculptor, and that's pretty good too. Because then it's a 5/5, I think, right? Round up? Yeah. Cool. That's pretty good. Oh. Well, that's cool. So now we even have a good burying books target. I guess technically we'll need a 6th land at some point. But not as of now, so I'll hang out. Sure. That's cool too, but let's do the Wrangler first. Or the Sculptor first, rather. That's a good one. Let's just do Wrangler first. Because next turn I can potentially go Invocation Mage Duel, which is pretty strong. Especially if they have to tap out. I mean, currently they can't even do Torrent Sculptor. They can't even get it because of the ward. They can do intro on the Wrangler. That's fine. Kind of don't mind that at all. Alright, so now we can... Yeah, we probably just tap things down here. Alright. We'll see in round 2. Alright, it's a keep. We're going to use Campus Guide to find a land? Maybe. Gonna have to cast Leyline Invocation somehow. Get our second blue for our Sculptor. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not anymore. Still, that option is still on the table, though. I probably will. I know it seems a little crazy, but... it guarantees us Invocation. I guess we'll do Trickster. Oh, jeez. Man, oh man, am I happier they're doing it on my Frost Trickster than either of these things. Maybe that just means they have a lot more removal. Ooh. Yeah, that's a real nasty draw there. Don't see the Thrilling Discovery too often. That's cool. It's pretty good value. Oh wow, so is that. I guess I'd rather the Manifestation Sage die. We actually threaten lethal here, but I think they're just jumping the 6/6 anyway, so it's not the block I anticipated. All right. So Mardu colors here. Looks to be primarily lower hold splashing for Vanishing Burst, maybe? Sideboard, we can counter creatures, we can be anti-removal or deal with bombs, we can counter instants and sorceries, we can protect against removal. We actually have a surprisingly decent sideboard, but all we saw was Vanishing Burst, which doesn't even deal with a lot of our dudes. What color are the fractals? I didn't even know. It's green and blue. I guess I should have paid attention to that, but I think we're good. This hand looks good to me. Guide. I don't know if we have to find a land yet, because we're going to go guide into... Well, we could go guide into Trickster, so maybe we do find a land. I don't know yet. Once again, I don't think the land hurts, because Field Trip's going to find us Fractal Summoning. So at least going to get something out of that. Plus we have 3 Leyline invocations in deck, so... Could be good. I don't know. If I draw one more land, maybe I don't. I guess since we have so many turns mapped out, maybe we don't need the land. Forget if we have doubt. This could have been a green mana. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think that we don't need the... We got Field Trip at any point, so we're fine. We can cast everything in the deck now, so that's good. I'd probably trade. Like, I can tempo with Trickster, but our late game... I imagine our late game is probably better than our opponents. Are they deciding if they want to use removal or what? Pilgrim's a good one. I like that card. Oh. And then if they attack, we bury in books the professor. If they don't, we'll do it on our turn. Wow. They could have killed us there. I mean, unfortunately for us, they still get us, sadly. But they could have killed us right then and there, so something to keep in mind. Oh, looks like they've got it. Alright. Go to the next game here. So I can do Tangle Trap against a combat professor. Not really feeling it. What's their removal again? Nothing? Mage Hunter's Onslaught, 1. Not really feeling that either. I don't know what I want to do. I think I just want to keep it the same. Not really feeling any cards in our sideboard making this deck better than it is, so let's run her back. So we'll play first. A little bit slow, but good hand. Professor of Zoomancy is pretty great. So I could bury in books. I think I'll just take 2. I didn't want to trade my Drake with a Historian either. Alright, Mage Duel's pretty cool. Gonna Mage Duel to Historian. Really doesn't feel worth it to me, though. Torrent Sculptor. Well, alright. So now I think we'll probably Burying Books the Historian. Guess we can do the token. That's cool. Mage Hunter's Onslaught. They can't cast because of Ward. I'll probably just take it. Be okay with it. Alright, so 7 mana. Can't do this plus this, so let's see. Probably just do Mage Duel, because even if they have Enthusiastic Study, our guy would be too big. Well, unfortunately for us, they had exactly what they needed to get out of that situation. Which is unfortunate. let's see. So we're at 7. I guess we block. And they could have Enthusiastic Study, I guess. Enthusiastic Study, even with the Lure Hold Excavation, doesn't kill us, but I don't want to risk it. All right. Let's see for round 3. All right, round 3, we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. Keeping us busy early here. Three mana, 2/2s, flying. A little less exciting, but still fine here. Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. Wonder if I actually want to do the Wrangler here. I'm just going to play it safe. They haven't played anything this whole game. I feel like they have fight spells and crazy stuff. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Makes me think they have the Death Touch thing, so that brings it back. I'm going to do this. Yeah. It's actually the first time I've seen that card played. Yeah, Coloring Ritual is going to be pretty good against this, I think. Alright. Go to the next game here. And sideboard, once again. So we can Resculpt, we can Snakeskin Veil, Infuse with Vitality. Our Hexproof stuff doesn't work too well against that. Could counter it. Yeah, Test of Talents might be okay here. Kind of deals with all their tricks and removal fairly effectively. Maybe I'm willing to do that. Although Decisive Denial does it too, I guess. And Burying Book still does it too. Honestly, I should probably just keep it the same. Everything we have is good. Looks good to me. Oh, field trip, huh? So I can bury something in books now. Probably the Spectre, but if they have removal, Karak gets us pretty good. So maybe we just bury the Spectre. Alright, let's bury Spectre. And we'll get in with these two. Then we can keep the Drake back to block the Carrick. Or they can use removal to kill our Drake, which is okay too. We'll play the Sculptor next turn, getting rid of the Burying Books, and get a 5/5 ward. So what do we have to do? One, we got 6, so we don't have enough to do both, so I think we'll just do the Sculptor. Don't see Brainstorm too often. Did they get rid of? Sure. So 7 mana, which means I have enough to do this. Plus make this unblockable. And get in for 5. Sure. Oh, burying books, that's cool. So and then we can bury this specter. Well, if I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it, so I guess we'll do this. Alright, that's fine. I guess I can do both. That's too bad for us. Oh, perfect. Just the top deck we needed. Got some back-to-back just insano top decks, huh? Top deck removal into top deck removal. That's some good old-fashioned magic right there. So Test of Talents can hit Rise of Extus, Infuse with Vitality. Admittedly, it's got some pretty decent targets. And we know they have Mage Hunter's Onslaught in there too. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like our removal does more than theirs. Or more than my sideboard removal would. I'm like happier with my main deck removal than I would be sideboarding into my removal I have there. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Keeping this hand, though admittedly a bit slow. Well, they're off their black mana. I guess that's good. Oh, spoke too soon. Why'd I have to say anything? Cool thing about Professor here is that Aether Helix can get it back too. That is kind of nice, so if they use a kill spell on it. Oops. Did they choose the wrong side there? So I definitely would have done it in response to the Professor trigger to kill a 4/3. Feels like they chose the wrong trigger, but what do I know? Sure. Oh, don't mind if I do. The turn after they play a culling ritual. Nice. Makes sense. Let's do the, let's just do another one. Like, I could set up for it with the Wrangler, but we're just bashing for a turn here. All right. Well, we ended up taking the draft. That's pretty cool. Some Simic nonsense here. All right, let's do some pack one, pick ones. Yeah, I guess Draconic Intervention. I think people like it more than I do, but certainly seems like the best, strongest effect here, so I suppose we take it. I've said my piece on board wipes before, board wipes unlimited. Ooh, Mana Tithe. It's kind of cool. You know, it's such a unique effect that I could see myself taking it. Otherwise, PTQ pick, maybe the Professor. Just a 2-drop, you get a body and you get to learn. It's like 2 spells in 1. But out of the interest of Mana Tithe, you know, being a Mystical Archive card, I'd probably first pick it. Witherbloom Command. Boy, oh boy, were people upset with me for playing this one. Or taking it over and Eliminate. Yeah, I can see what they're saying. It is definitely the weakest command. Out of this pack, would I still take it? I probably would. There's enough life gain synergies. I'd probably first pick Command. It's either that, Researcher. I like Golgari anyway, so you could take the Practical Research, but I don't really like that archetype, so. Here, Dust Speaker versus Invocation. Probably Dust Speaker. Dust Speaker's pretty high upside. Invocation's great too, though. Could go either way on that. Oh, what is it? Oh, yeah, this, I haven't even seen this before, but, or, you know, with or against it, but this card is absolutely broken. 5 mana, 2/5 flying double strike. Already insane. On top of that, at the beginning of each combat on your turn, you can, it says you may choose 2. So, do you have to choose 2? I guess I didn't realize that. You either get the choice of 2 or nothing. I have to look into that, because if you can choose, I'm assuming you have to choose 2. It's not saying you may choose 1 up to, or 2, or you may choose up to 2. So I'm thinking you have to choose 2. But, so basically, you can spit out a 2/1 flyer, and then make your opponent draw and lose a life, or you can put a counter on each creature you control, or you can just be happy with your 5 mana, 2/5 flying double strike. That's also good. And then Shale, pretty easy pick there. Awesome card. Haven't gotten to play with it yet, so. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.